You know how to make me feel right. I can't help as this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say this to me. Don't need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Oh, you blushing, your sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching, you do. Show me something, give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you're the guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See, rewind, it feels so nice. I can't help but the sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you don't need to say this to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. We've been dancing all night long. Body with you way too long. Don't want nothing here now. But I'm done waiting, done wasting my time. Sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you don't need to say this to me. Don't need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Sweet talk, sweet talk.
Greetings. Welcome to the G Spot. I'm Dr. G. Alfred Palmer. Cheers. I'm back. And hopefully you are too. Well, here we go again. And we want to ensure that you can hear me. So we're going to get started here. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. No. You don't. Yeah. No. That's what we want. We want to enjoy ourselves. We want to enjoy ourselves and hear some things that make us move, change, get up out of your seat. Come on now. All right. I appreciate you being with me one more time. I really do. Thank you so much. Yeah, come on. Celebrate. You're still in the land of the living. There's still work for you to do. Come on, somebody. Come on. Come on, somebody. Let's celebrate life. Let's celebrate still having the activity of our limbs. You may not be where you want to be, but it could be worse. Come on. Somebody just ought to just be grateful for some reason. They ought to just be grateful because it's just great to be alive. It really is. In a time like this, it is great to be alive. And so what I want to do is I want to share with you a little sweet talk.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see how. Rewind, when we rewind, it's so nice. We time, I know how to make me feel right. I can't help that sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say let's do it. Don't even put up.
Yeah.
I'm already
Sweet talk. Already on my way.
Sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. You do.
Dancing in my chair. Come on.
Well. wanna see it. See rewind, rewind. It feels so nice. I can't help let the sweet talk come away. I'm coming up to be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you don't need to say it's too bad. No need for no flowers, babe.
Well, it's time to get started. It's time to get started. So we're going to turn the music down a little bit. Not off, but down. Like that. Keep it right there. A little background. Yeah. Slow it down. Well, welcome to the G Spot. Once again, a place where you can find great support, great purpose, great opportunity, and great transformation. Yeah, well, we're here. And I'm really happy to be here with you. I've had a very busy day, very, very busy. But this is a part of my day that I really look forward to because it allows me the freedom to speak to some folks out there that may have an ear to hear. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but nobody is. So I'm not sent to everyone, but I am sent to somebody. And so tonight, I'm coming to you from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. And I want to share with you tonight a part of my heart, because I think that we have to come together. We have to come together. And if we don't, we'll perish. So I want to talk about a specific topic. That I think that is, again, making its rounds on social media. Sometimes I think some of the things that are put on social media are plants to keep people at one another's throats. There's always something that seems to cause the negative side of people to come out. I know there are people who say that about me. They really would. But I really, really know that in my heart of hearts, my goal is not to cause problems, but to assist in being a part of the solution. And so tonight I want to talk with you about what I hear and see relative to a specific question that you see. What can a woman do for a man? What does she bring to the table besides sex? What does she bring to the table besides sex? Now, I've been watching some people commenting about this particular topic, and it's been quite divisive. It's been very angry. There's not even been much listening as it has been. There has been some, though. There is some listening. You could tell where people are. And so I want to talk about this particular topic in light of what a woman brings to the table besides sex. And, some of the some of the things that I've seen online is, you know, what happens quite regularly or frequently is that when a question gets asked from one side of the issue to the other side, what happens is this mirror effect of just turning and flipping the question and never really answering it. And it basically comes off like, I know I am, but what are you? I know I am. So if you ask a question like, what can a woman bring? What does a woman bring to the table besides sex? Then the flip side of that is, what does a man bring to the table besides sex? I mean, that's that whole idea of flipping it without answering it. And so what happens is we never resolve anything, because all we do is continue to just go back and forth instead of really communicating. To me, that's a sign of immaturity. A person who really doesn't have the ability to communicate, to discuss, to elaborate, to even debate. I mean, it's okay to debate, because even in debating, what we do is we find out what's on a person's mind, rather than just going back and forth and name calling and some of the things that I see is that, when a guy asks that kind of question, he must not like women. Or, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, but I mean, you have all kinds of people with all kinds of ulterior motives. Some don't like men. And so it's one of those things where, more than anything, we become foes. We become those that are against adversaries. And it's really a shame, because it wasn't always that way, but now it has been, and it's being increased more and more. And so what we've got to do is we've got to learn how to hear one another and discuss. It's not that we can't talk about the flip side of this particular question. We can, but we can only do one side at a time. And if we don't speak about or discuss it now, we'll never get to the other side. And so we'll just go back and forth, and never resolve anything. So what we've got to understand is that some of the people that you got to understand who you're talking to. Some people will never be mature enough to hold a conversation. They just won't. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And there's not just one. In listening to this whole debate, I've heard a lot of answers to your question, what does a woman bring to the table besides sex? And I hear a lot of different things. I heard so that he can be a king. Well, I want to make you understand, not make you understand, because I can't make you do anything. But I want to submit to you that he's not a king. He's not a king. No more than you are a queen. You're more than a queen. He's more than a king. And we are express images of the mind of the Creator. You are at one time, you were a specific thought of the Creator that said, be. And you are here because the Creator said, be. And with that came everything that you are, your design, your mission and assignment, everything that you are right now. That's more than a king or a queen. It's more than that. I heard so many things relative to this issue. I hear the debate about who's a prize, whether the man is a prize or the woman is a prize. We argue over that one. Women want to be a prize. They want to be won. But if you look at it from a statistical standpoint, it's really not possible. A lot of people hold that old scripture that says, "He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing." And the truth of the matter is, the word the word doesn't mean for him to literally go find, but we hold to that old religious adage that he's got to go out and find, and as a result, she has to sit by and wait for him to and wait to be found. And what's happening is so many are not being found. He that findeth a wife is in the Hebrew is the word Issa, and it's a feminine noun. It's a feminine noun which means womb man. So she's the opposite. Woman is the opposite of man. Whatever man is, woman is the opposite of that. So whatever he isn't, she is, and whatever she isn't, he is. And that's important to understand. It's not a contest. It's not a contest. And that's what we've made it. We've made it a contest to see what she has and what she's bringing to the table, or what he's bringing to the table. It's a contest. And I'm a firm believer that that's not what the Creator meant. But it says he findeth. That word finds actually is the word massa. Massa is the word it actually means to detect or encounter. It means to meet or to befall or to come across. To come across. Listen. You're not, fellas, you're not supposed to go out there and find anybody. Okay? Not in the English sense. Go searching for. No. If you are going out and you are about your Father's business, and your Father's business is your purpose, if you are fulfilling your individual purpose and you are doing what you were created to do, believe me, you will encounter her, because she's going to be drawn not by you, by the work that you're doing. That will draw her, the work that you're doing. But so many of us are not doing any work. Fellas, we're not doing any work because we don't know what our purpose is. We don't know what purpose is. And one of the things that I've been doing over the last decade, over a decade and a half, is to help people find purpose. If you go to my website, you'll learn more about it. It's GAPalmer.com. GAPalmer.com. You go over there and there's some good stuff over there. So check it out. But he that findeth, so we're not supposed to find her or search for her. We're supposed to encounter her as we go about being about the business of the Father, or the Creator, or God, or Spirit, however you want to put it. But as you're doing the very thing that you were supposed to, you will encounter her. But what we want a woman to slave over, and so we can order her around and make her do this and make her do that. No, that's not it. That is not it. We are not here to be a boss. We're not here to be a king. We're not here to be a queen. We're not here to be a diva. No, none of those things are accurate of who we really are. They aren't accurate. It's not the truth. It's full of arrogance, self-centeredness, and a need or a desire to be served rather than to serve. But you were sent here not to be served, but to serve. And what is it that you're supposed to serve? Your purpose. Your purpose. And what you have, or what you don't have, fellas, she has. Ladies, what you don't have, he has. It is a complementation of one another. It's a partnership if you find the right one. But if you don't find the right one, you'll spin your wheels, gentlemen. You'll spin your wheels. And before you know it, your season is past, and now you're too old to begin to do whatever it is that you really know that you're supposed to be doing. What does she bring to the table? So he's not supposed to find a wife. It's important to understand that. It's ladies, and what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, what is a woman? Now, hear this. A woman is not a girl. A woman is not a female. A woman, see, that's the stages of development. Girl, female, woman. And they all speak to the developmental processes that the female or the woman goes through. The woman is, if she's fully developed mentally, intellectually, physically, emotionally, and she has all the requisite tools, she will be an asset to the man that she identifies as somebody that's doing his purpose. If she's drawn by your physical looks or about the amount of money that you have, you are not, she is not, first of all, she's not a woman. She's a female. And when people hear the word female, they get offended because they think that a female speaks toward animals. But what you got to look at female as has nothing to do with animals. It has to do with the development of the species. She's not developed. A female is not physically, mentally, or emotionally developed, just like a male is not. A male is not a man. And that's the problem. Ladies, a lot of you have selected as your mate or as the person that you're attracted to, grown males. And in some cases, grown boys. That's the truth. And guys, you've selected grown females or grown little girls. So if we're going to really look at what she brings to the table, the first thing that we have to do is understand what a woman is. What a woman is. I look on social media so often and I see, well, one thing I think is a lot of the women don't respond. They don't respond, but they see what's going on, but they're mature and enough. But as my call, my position is I have to address things because my goal is to help develop people. That's my goal. That's my purpose, to help people develop. So, and so when we start talking about a woman, how do we find out what a woman is? Well, we know that some of the things I just said, but one of the very much mentioned biblical texts that defines a woman is Proverbs 31, and we hear it all the time. And I hear ladies claiming that for themselves. And when I say things about the development of a female, and I speak from the requisites of this particular verse amongst others, but this is probably the foundational. And it's what's important is I've been asked time and time again, what gives you the authority to tell a woman what she's supposed to be? And my answer to that is I can't. I'm not authorized. I'm not. But what's important to know is the biblical text is authorized. And even to this degree, Proverbs 31 was not written by a man. It may have been written by a man, but the words that are inked are the words of the king's mother. In other words, it's the words of another woman, giving the king the education and the awareness of what to look for in a woman. If you ever go back, and I'm not going to go into it, but that's what a woman brings to the table. That Proverbs 31 is what she brings to the table. And what's really amazing about Proverbs 31 is this. When you look at Proverbs 31, the word woman, I said, is Issa. And it's a female. It is a female. It's a feminine noun. And it's the opposite of the masculine noun for man, womb man. She's a womb man. Womb. She's a man that has a womb. But that is not her gender in the sense of her physical body. What it really speaks to is her spiritual part, condition. A wombed man has the ability to give birth in the realm of the intangible. She has the ability to bring forth something. She gives birth. The man is a seed bearer. The wombed man is one that receives the seed, just like we do in the natural. See, the natural is a type and shadow of what is. So what we've got to understand is a woman is a wombed man, and it's in the spirit realm. This is not natural, but everything you give a woman, it goes into the womb, because that's who she is. But if you give a woman, whatever you give her, she's going to give you something else. So it's important to understand what you're giving her. Now, here's an important part of what a woman brings to the table, if you would. Not only does she bring the piece that you lack, she brings the ability that you don't have. Gentlemen, you are masculine. Your essence is masculine. Again, you are a seed bearer. You inject, you fill, right? You insert, you don't receive. That is a feminine quality. So what does she bring? She brings the ability to give birth to dreams, to aspirations, to goals. She has the ability to carry seed to full term and then give birth in due season. But we don't see that. We see breasts, we see lips, hips, and fingertips. But what you really need to understand is that she is the part that you're missing. That's what she brings to the table. She brings what you're missing. Now, so we ask the question, what does she bring to the table? And ladies turn around and ask, well, what do you bring to the table? Here, listen, ladies, that is not the question for you. The question is, the answer to that question for you is not flipping it, but to tell him, or you could ask him, you could say, what is it that you need? How about trying that? What is it that you need? And fill it. Be it. Become it. You have the ability to do it. So when he tells you what he needs, what he's doing is giving you the seed. His seed. He's injecting the seed and saying, this is what I need. And you receive that seed and help to bring that to fruition. What you have to do, gentlemen, is start listening to her. Start listening to her. You give her sperm, she'll give you a baby. You give her a house, she'll give you a home. You give her groceries, she gives you a meal. This is who she is. And if she's not, run. Run. But the feminine essence, this is what she is. At her core, this is who she is. What she brings to the table. Well, the biblical narrative talks to about her being a help. That's important. That word help is the word izer. Izer. E-Z-E-R in the Hebrew. It's the word izer. And the word izer means aid. It means assistance. It means to assist in hard times or in distress. That's what she brings. She brings comfort. She brings peace. She brings rest. That's why she has breasts, for you to lay upon her chest, upon her breast, and rest from the work that you've worked at all day long. She's your respite. That's what she brings to the table. She brings help. Where you need help, she has it. Where do you need help? What area are you lacking? If you have the right wound man, she can fix it. But it's more than just sex. Oh, sex is important. Definitely sex is important. And she knows how to do that well too. If she's a woman, she knows how. She take care of you. But that's not the key. What gives a woman the right or the desire to release herself or to exhale is a man that's doing what he's supposed to do. If a man has a vision, the woman will fulfill that vision through coming up with the strategies from getting point A, B, C, D, right through fulfilling the vision. That's what she brings to the table. The ability to execute. She brings the ability to execute. It's not just sex, but that's what we want. That's what males focus in on, because they lack the psychological, the intellectual development necessary to understand what she really brings to the table. She brings help. Now, what is it that you need help with? You've got to know what you need help with. And if you don't know what you need help with, how can she help you? And how do you know what you need help with? Is you have to know what your purpose is. How do you find purpose? You need to go to my website and we'll help you with it. GAPalmer.com. GA Palmer. Golf Alpha Palmer.com. And that's where you'll begin to find that answer to those questions that you need. There's 6 questions that everyone must answer. 6. And if we can't answer those questions, we can't fulfill purpose. And if you can't fulfill purpose, she can't help you. She can't help you. What you'll do is she'll be there with you, but she'll be so unhappy, so unfulfilled because you have no vision. If you give her a vision, a woman will go to work. She'll go to work. And that's what's important, to understand that she will go to work. Here's an important thing. This may be offensive to some. When you read Proverbs 31 says some very poignant things about what a woman is able to do. But here's one thing that gets overlooked. And some of you may not like this. But the first thing that a woman is a wife. She's a wife. Now, what does that mean? It means that a wife is joined to someone. She's joined to someone. A woman, actually, if you really look at it, in many of the verses within the Old Testament, the word woman and the word wife is the same word. It's the same word. Well, what are you saying? That not all women are women? Well, if she's not married, she's a maiden. She's single, right? And if her husband's died, she's what? A widow. See, these are different stages of womanhood. But here's one of the things that I need to address. There are women out there that don't like being women. They don't want to be a woman. They want to be a man. They want to be a man. They want to do what men do. They want to insert. They want to inject. They want to fill. But the truth of the matter is that's not your design. Now, why do you have it? You've learned those traits. See, there's a difference between a core and a trait. In your core, you're feminine, but through your life and the ways you were reared, through your culture, through your society, through your parents, through your education, through your community, you picked up traits. Traits are learned behaviors. And some women or females have picked up male traits. And as a result, they don't want to be women. They want to be men, masculine. You can't. You can't. You came here the way that you were supposed to. The Creator did not make a mistake when he put you in that body. There's a reason for that. The reason why you are in that body is because that body affords you the best means of fulfilling your purpose. The best means. A masculine or a man has he's to inject, he is to fill, he is to insert, he is to plant seed, he is never to receive. He's never to be filled. He's never to be injected or inserted. There's nothing on a man that's proper that allows him to be any of those things. It's just not there. That's not me. That's not what I'm saying. Look at it biologically. So for a woman, the same thing applies. You cannot insert, you cannot inject, you cannot plant seed. You don't have the equipment. In your essence, in your this is why people who try to be something they're not, they overemphasize the other side, because they take it to the extremes, because they know in themselves that what they really are, and they have to overemphasize what they want to be to convince themselves and others. So as a woman, you have to embrace your feminine core. The Creator did not make an accident by bringing you here that way. We need you to fulfill what you've been sent here to do. In order for, see, this is why the world is in the trouble that it's in, because people are not fulfilling their design, mission, and assignment. In other words, they're not fulfilling their purpose. We're looking for politicians to do it. Let me tell you, Joe Biden is not going to do it. Kamala Harris is not going to do it. The Senate is not going to do it. The House is not going to do it. We need those. I'm not saying we don't, but we need it from a governmental standpoint. But if we're going to really address the needs, it's every individual person that was born to need to fulfill what they were sent here to do. You were sent. You're not an accident. I don't care how you got here. You were sent. So as a woman, you've got to understand that he can't be all that he's meant to be without you. And you can't be all that you were meant to be without him. We're making this a contest. And it's not a contest. We are partners. We need to be partners. We need to one thing that gets missed, and I talk about it in my book, In the Midst of the Garden. I talk about the idea that Adam and Eve, the most powerful thing between those two was not the act of them having children or coming together. The most powerful thing was the idea that them being able to come into an agreement about anything. Agreement is the most important aspect and the most powerful aspect or concept on earth. It's even more powerful than love. It's it, and that's where we've got to understand that we've got to come into agreement. So you asking what she brings to the table, okay, that I think for a man that is a legitimate question. But you won't even have to ask that if you're about your father's business. And when you notice her, when you recognize her, right? Because when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you won't have to hunt for her. You won't have to find her. You will encounter her. And what will bring y'all together is the idea of purpose. It goes beyond the physical. So that when the breast starts sagging, okay, and when the hips and the lips and the fingertip doesn't do it, or your penis doesn't stay hard, or whatever it is that causes you to be attracted, once that goes away, if you have purpose in common, that still joins you together, if not as much more than the physical. So what does she bring to the table? What is it that you need? That's what she brings to the table. If she's a woman. But if she's a female, she's going to flip it. Well, what do you bring to the table? That's masculine. That's a masculine question. That's a masculine trait that's been taught and learned. A woman, real women, I don't even like that term, because a real woman is a woman. A woman is real. It's just like a man. I see people, a real man, a man is real. What is he, fake? I mean, no, a man is real. And what you've got to understand is the difference between a man and a male. That's the problem. Many don't understand the difference between a man and a male. But anyway, what has to happen in order for us to move to the next level is that we've got to stop the bickering. We've got to stop competing. We can't compete. I can't compete with a woman because I'm not a woman. And a woman cannot compete with me because she's not a man. And because I'm not a woman, I need that feminine energy because I lack it. She needs that masculine energy because she lacks it. You need her, she needs you. Not one needs one more than the other. Equally. It's not good for man to be all one in himself. It's not good. That's what the Creator said. It's not good for you to be all in one. That's why you're not. The man and the woman come together and they become one. Why? Because he brings the masculine, she brings the feminine. They come together and they bring the completeness of being able to fulfill the will of the Creator. So what does she bring to the table? What do you need? But you got to know what you need. Most men don't even know what they need. I need someone to cook. No, you don't. You can cook. If you don't, get the cookbook out. You can read. So you don't need her to cook. What you really need her for is the things that you can't do yourself. You can't give birth. You can't give birth. You need her to receive seed and to carry it to full term. That's what you need her for. And she'll never be able to plant seed. She's not built for it. But anyway, I think that it's important that we understand this. Women are different than females, and that is because a woman understands her essence. Females in this day and hour, they're going to throw their job, their education, the home that they have, their money. They're going to throw all these things on the table because they don't understand and they haven't transitioned to become women. They're females. Men, I should say males, who are still trying to be this, that, and the other, and not fulfill the will of the Creator and the thing that you were sent here for. And because of that, you're chasing, you don't know what. So you think throwing money at it is going to buy loyalty. No, it doesn't. Doesn't. Run out of money and then see what happens. So you think a high value man is one that has money? Some of the most influential people, some of the most marked world changers were not rich men. Gandhi, Martin Luther King, right? Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman. I mean, these are people that really, they weren't rich. So maybe not Harriet Tubman, because Harriet Tubman's not a man, but I'm saying the bottom line is, as a man, you have to understand that if you're bringing something to the table, then you're bringing it with a masculine core. Women can't do that. But I did hear one of the things that I heard from one of the ladies that I thought that was really, really good relative to what a woman brings to the table. And you could tell, for me, I can tell when mature women hit the internet or the social media platforms. So the question was, again, what does she bring to the table? She said this. She said companionship, love, support, intimacy, friendship, and feminine energy. Wow. Wow. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. The only thing that I would add is submission. Now, I have a video that I talk about submission. It's not what you think. I think that submission has been taken and we have misused it. We have abused the idea of submission, and it has a lot to do with how we were reared and developed. And so I have a video in one of my videos that talk about submission and how we can answer the question of who submits to who. Should a man submit to his wife, or should the wife submit to the man? It's an important question. But when we're talking about what she brings to the table, she brings what you need, fellas. Well, I'm gonna stop right there. I hope that was something that you can chew on a little bit. There's one more thing. I was looking at my notes. A lot of times we talk about a woman can bring peace. Now, understand this. She can't bring peace. Only the Creator can bring peace. But what she can bring is a place to rest your head and a place of comfort from what you're going through. So whatever you need, she can bring. If you have the right woman, she knows how to be that thing, because she's very, very intelligent, very, very, very astute, very, very creative and imaginative. She can come up with things, man. But you've got to be able to tell her what you need. And she'll be it. She'll bring it into fruition. She'll give birth to it. That's what a woman will do. But now what a female with a masculine trait wants, she wants to do what you're doing. I'm not talking to her. I'm not talking to you. Go on and do you. I'm talking to women who understand the feminine core and welcome it and embrace it. That's who I'm talking to. And I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for you. Without you, nothing gets done. Nothing gets done. And without us, nothing gets done. Nothing gets done. There's equal need on both sides of the equation. Well, I'm going to stop right there. And hopefully that was something that brings balance and brings equity, because that's who the Creator is. The Creator brings equity. The Creator brings balance. Now, I didn't say this at the beginning, but I want to say it now. Listen, if this has been any shape, form, or fashion has been something that has been edifying or enlightening or encouraging, would you do me a favor? Would you like it? Would you share it? And would you hit the notification bell so that you can know when we're doing some other things? And so that when we're doing other things, that you'll know what we're doing, and you can go to it. That's what's important. It's not about me. It's about the message. Anyway, I'm done for tonight, and I hope you come. And I'm hoping that we are able to meet again. We'll be back tomorrow. We're still working on some things. I'm still working on adding a Zoom chat room so we can entertain questions and have a conversation. We're looking to do that starting next week. We're finishing up on some things, and we'll be able to do that. And hopefully you'll join us in the chat room, and that and we can have some exchange and we can talk. And then we're also going to use Zoom to bring you on the air, and we'll be able to have some exchange. Hopefully, it'll be some adult, mature, edifying exchanges. But there's going to always be a few. We know that, right? Well, so until the next time we come together, Dr. G. Alfred Palmer here. Peace.